The care and feeding of the,
being able to communicate truth. My truth, hear everybody else's truth freely and easily without judgment.
Why am I here? If my soul decided that Earth was worthwhile, there's been a lot of talk of staying woke and being healed, and a lot of people kind of look at healing as this abstract concept because there are so many people that pretend every day. You get what I mean? And we see them. We see them on the street. We see them at home. We see them at work. And people will say, good morning, or you will say good morning to somebody, and you're saying this from a good place, from a sincere place where you are really feeling like you are having a good morning. And you share that energy with somebody. You say, hey, whoever you are, good morning. And they don't say good morning back. They just smile. And that forced smile where the lips are pressed against the teeth. And we feel something. And what we're feeling is kind of a low vibration. We can't do anything at that moment to fix it. We were just sharing our pleasantries, probably on a walk by, and we don't have the time to go heal that person. However, if that person was disingenuous enough to not take the good energy that you gave them, and they are not powerful enough, or maybe they're not in that place to take that good energy and return it with good energy. Like, I'm having a bad day, but that felt good. You saying good morning, so good morning. You know what I mean? And back, that same person is very likely to be disingenuous to their own spirit. And disingenuous, if you ask that person, how is your day today? They say, I'm doing well. Some people say it's good, and they know they're not good. How many people have told you, or how many people have you told, how was your day today? And it was just like, my day is good. And you knew their day wasn't good. Some of us lie every day. Why? Because if we say we're not doing good, then that opens up a dialogue. Unfortunately, we close a dialogue to healing because we're not willing to testify. Not having the greatest day. You don't even have to give the details, but just acknowledging your truth. Oh, there's that word again. Just acknowledging your truth is a major starting point to the healing process. You have to be true to yourself, even if your truth is not the person across from you's truth. It is yours, and it helps you face what you need to face. And as soon as you start facing where that particular day went wrong, your day does not necessarily have to go perfect. And I would like to quote Jordan Peterson on this. As human beings, many of us, especially our big time woke brothers and sisters, we beat ourselves up for not floating in the clouds every day in the highest spiritual place that we can, right? But quoting Jordan Peterson was just like, basically, accept your humanness. And our only job really is to find something we can do that makes our day a little bit better than it was yesterday. How can we position ourselves to make our day just a little bit better? Maybe it's gutting out just 10 minutes of a workout. You haven't gotten back to the gym and it's hard to motivate yourself. Maybe you just set yourself up so you do 10 minutes of this workout. Okay, I'm going to walk today. I don't care how I feel, I'm going to walk today. Maybe you clean your house before you go to bed. This way, when you wake up, you are just in a better space. It may have taken you 20 minutes just to throw the dishes in the dishwasher, throw the clothes in the laundry, whatever. Feed your pet lizard. Rest in peace, Liz. Or whatever. It just makes, when you wake up the next day, it just makes it a little bit easier. And through these little things, they add up. And then healing is a daily exercise. You know what I mean? And then if you do a little bit of something every day to make your life better, then you're slowly, what are you going to be at the end of a week, a month, a year? You're going to take a lot of that burden off of your shoulders. You're going to be like, man, I faced what I needed to face. I slowly but surely organized the mess, which was my life. And I've been self-healing and I didn't even realize it.
Lauren.
Well, you certainly said a mouthful. I had several interjections to make.
I'm sorry, I was on a roll.
You were, and I kind of like lost it. But I just wanted to speak on the fact that we need to be more transparent. And I have always been raised to be polite, and I do try to be polite. But I noticed that when I always pretended to be okay, people always thought I was okay and therefore could receive all of their stuff. And, you know, but I had nowhere to put my stuff or, you know, those kind of things. So now I'm very clear. And when somebody asks me, how are you doing? I say, I'm doing. Like, I'm just doing. Or when people say, how are you doing? And I say, okay. And they're like, just okay. And I'm like, okay, it's not bad. Am I living my best life in this moment? No, because if I was, first of all, I wouldn't be having that conversation with you. I'd be somewhere with a cocktail in my hand, digging my feet into some sand. But I'm okay. Like, I woke up this morning, I made it here. I'm ready to take on the day. Like, I'm here. I'm present. I'll say I'm present. You know, I just don't always say, great, fine, okay, unless I really authentically feel that way. And then it carries over to then kind of starting a dialogue if the opportunity presents itself to be like, you know what? That's more like how I feel. Or, you know, I respect that. Like, you know, you're just being real, you're doing. Like, you know, and sometimes I think it makes people sit back and think, like, am I really okay? Am I fine? Maybe I'm better. Maybe, you know, I'm really like shitty. And sometimes, you know, having that transparency, I get the real authentic version of other people, you know, where they'll confide in me, like, actually, you know, this or that happened. Like, I have people just share with me things that I didn't ask them to share. Like, I saw a teacher after a year and a half on campus, and within 5 minutes, she told me all about her health issues and that she was a new grandmother and like all of this stuff. And all I said was, how's it going?
And transparency makes a great filter, because it even for the people that around you are disingenuous. Well, they tell on themselves as soon as you are genuine. You see what I'm saying? As soon as you say, hey, this is my truth to a disingenuous person, and they return whatever energy they're returning, you feel their insincerity. And through that, you are better able to move and make better choices. You're like, you know what? Every time I keep it real with Sarah, Sarah gets the fart face. So we can leave Sarah and her fart face alone.
Well, and I feel like too, what I do is that I just got the lights turned off on me. When I do actually keep it polite and cute, it's my way of like kind of telling people to keep it pushing. Like, like, oh, good. Okay. Yeah, great. I'm good. Just like, okay, bye. If I was to run into my boss, I would probably keep it short, sweet, and pleasant just so I don't have to go into a deep dialogue with him or a connection because I'm uninterested.
Mm.
I have to tell you, I just learned something today. And I'm glad Anthony you introduced that topic because really to be truthful, we can tell people that we're not having our best day without going into detail.
Right.
If we feel like going into detail, we can. And it's interesting because I was talking with a real good friend last night, and she was talking about, man, I'm spiritual, but my kids acting this way or that way, and what's up with that? And I said, being spiritual doesn't have anything to do with how other people around us behave. It really has to do with the extent to which we choke their asses out. If they say or do something that
Facts. Facts.
So I think the spiritual response is, okay, I heard what you're saying, and I'm keeping it moving in the best way possible. And I think also it's important to be transparent, and I love that word, and I like how you used it, Lauren, because when you're transparent, it almost gives other people the freedom to do the same thing. And I think that's what happens when you, because you're an interesting bird, Lauren. When you're around people, you almost have this truth telling, I want to tell you everything energy. You almost radiate transparency. So I feel like when people are around you, they just have diarrhea of the mouth, and will tell you things they probably didn't want to tell you or think they were going to tell you, but they're like, oh, what should happen? But we need that. We need that. And I think as healers, as people that are empathetic, in as much as we are, taking in and absorbing so much of society and people and shit, we got to make sure that we're refilling the vessel, because you can't fill from an empty vessel.